Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the next video. So in this video we are going to discuss about an hacker Earth coding question which was asked in Apsian Technologies Op Campus Drive on 2022. So basically, if you are preparing for any MNC company like a product based company guys, most of the companies are hiring through HackerRank platform, or I can say hacker Earth platform. So the coding questions which are asked in the MNCs like Infosys, Wipro, Global Edge and TCS, so they are kind of static arrays. So most of the times they will be static arrays problems, and I can say static programs itself. But in HackerEarth you will find each and every program which is a kind of dynamic one. So there a lot of things will be changing, a lot of conditions will be given for you, and a lot more things will be happening. The problems are basically complicated, and for each problem they are giving 1 hour. So you need to practice these kind of problems guys, actually, if you want to be perfect in the dynamic programming. So one question I am going to solve in this session, and yesterday also I have solved one question. So you can see this PDF is of 69 pages, and trust me guys, all these questions, whatever 69 questions I have solved in this series, all are asked in one of the MNC companies coding round, and I have taken the screenshot from there, and I am not writing a single line. So I am showing you the screenshot directly. So I will read the question here itself. After that I will go to the Eclipse and start writing the code for that one. But before that I will explain each and everything, what is the question, how you need to approach. So if you are a beginner also, then you will understand completely. So please watch this video completely, and if you found this video useful at the end, you just drop a like, so that will be enough for me. Okay, fine guys, I'll just zoom in now. Okay, so this should be enough to see the question. Let me just see whether you will be able to see or not. Yes, I think it's visible, but anyhow I'll just zoom in 1 point more so that you can see it clearly. Fine, so the question is here, and you can see assessment.hackerearth.com. So this screenshot I have taken exclusively for you guys, and yes, I'll just scroll down, and yeah. So this is the question. What is the question name? Maximum product is the question name. So out of 100 points, for 100 points it was asked, and this is the editor which they will be giving, like Java, Python options they will be giving. After that some predefined code will be there, which is like so to take the input and to take the test cases they will be giving in compiler, and they will be giving one that is basically function where you need to write your actual code. So this is all about the procedure guys. Now start reading the question. So first understand question properly guys. If you understand the question properly, then 80% of the work has been done. Then you need to do a logic, I mean you need to create a logic which is 10%, and after that coding is piece of cake. So now let me just read the question properly. So be carefully read. Okay. So you are given an array A of size n. So there is an array A of size n. You are given Q queries of the following form. So there are Q queries of the following form. 1LR means find the maximum product of two integers in the subarray starting from index L and ending at index R. So L and R inclusive, in the sense L and R should be considered in the subarray. So if they are giving the subquery of form 1LR, then it means that we need to find a subarray which is starting at L index from the A array and it is ending at R index from the A array. So 1 in the sense we need to find the maximum product of two integers guys. So if you are not understanding right now, then please wait up to test cases. Whenever we see test cases, then you will come to understand it properly and completely. Fine. So this is first condition, where you need to return the maximum product of two integers. Okay, fine. Next condition, 2LR, which means find the maximum product of three integers in the subarray starting from index L and ending at index R. So it is also same. We need to find out the subarray from L to R, and you need to return the maximum product of three integers here. So if it is 1LR, then product of two integers should be returned. If it is 2LR, then product of three integers should be returned. So like this, multiple conditions are given. So that's why you call it as a dynamic programming question. Fine. So what is the task guys? Print the required maximum product for each type of query. So if they have given two queries like this, then you need to return for each query what will be the output. So for first query we need to return the maximum product of two integers. After that we need to return the maximum product of three integers for the second query. So this is the task guys. Fine. Now Here they have said what is mean by subarray. So all those things you know, right? So if it is a continuous array, then if you consider 1, 2, 3, then it is subarray. Then 4, 5, 6, it's a subarray. So that is just for your understanding. Don't read all those things. They are not necessary. But if you want to read, you can read. Of course, there is no rule that you shouldn't read. Okay, so let me just scroll down and go to the next page, guys. In the sense, next screenshot where the rest of the question is there. So yes, scroll down, 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 down. Okay, fine. Now you can see assumptions. T means number of test cases 1. So they have given the test case here. So see this test case, understand this properly, build a logic on this itself. Okay, so n is equal to 5. It means whatever the number of elements are there, they are 5 in number. So array A contains 1, 3, 4, minus 2 and 5. These are the number of elements. So n represents number of elements in the array A. After that, q equal to 2 means number of queries. So number of queries, there are 2 queries. 1, 1, 3 is first query, 2, 3, 5 is the second query. So see the explanation then. The sub array for first query is, that is, for 1, 1, 3 the first query is 1, 3, 4. So they are following the 1 based indexing. So note that always JVM or whatever editor you are writing, it follows 0 based indexing. But in problem they say that you need to follow the 1 based indexing, or else they can say that whatever example I am explaining right now here, this in the question it is following 1 based indexing. In the sense, I need to find out the subquery from 1 to 3. So 1 is starting over here. So it is like let me just use a marker, guys, so that you can understand it properly. So if you understand this properly, then understanding code is very easy. So it is like 1, after that 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. So these are the index values. We need to take in subarray starting from where? Starting from index 1 and ending at index 3. So starting from index 1 and ending at index 3. So this is the subarray. So that's why they have taken 1, 3, 4 as the subarray. Fine. Understood? Okay, fine. So now after that, as the query is of the first type, you need to find the maximum product of two integers. So you can see the first element here, what it is? It's 1. In the sense, it is of first type and you need to find out the maximum product of only two integers here. So the possible products are inside this 1, 3, 4. I can find out that 1 into 3 will give 3. After that 3 into 4 will give 12. After that 1 into 4 will give 4. So these are the three possible products inside this 1, 3, 4 subarray, and you can see that 12 is the maximum within these three things. So we need to return 12. So answer for the first query is 12, guys. So like this we have solved the first case now. Now let me just move to the second case, that is 2, 3, 5. So here the starting index is 3 and ending index is 5. So 1, 2, 3. So it should start from 4 and it should come along with 5. Up to 5 it has to come. So the array is 4, minus 2 and 5. So now it is of type 2. So we need to return the maximum product of 3 integers here. Maximum product of 3 integers. So and you know that it contains only 3 integers. So 4 into minus 2. Okay, so into 5 if I do, then it will return me minus 40. So the answer for this query is minus 40. So you should print 12 and minus 40. So this is how the test case is working, and this is the meaning of the whole question, guys. Fine. So you understood, right? So the approach will be something like this, guys. I'll just explain you the approach, and after that we'll go move to the code. See here, guys. So first of all, what is happening? Again, so first I will create one array. Sorry. So this is two-dimensional array, guys. So I need to define this one, and to iterate this, I have to use two for loops. So one for loop, and inside this another for loop should be there. Fine. So okay, so one for loop and inside that another for loop. So inside this I need to create one array list. Okay, so I need to create one array list which is in blue color. I am just marking. So because I don't know how many elements will be there inside this 1 to 3. It is not fixed that I will be having only 2 or 3 elements. So from 1, in this question they are given from index 1 to index 3. But it might possible that instead of 1 and 3, they might give 1 and 5. So I need to accommodate all these elements. But due to that reason, you cannot use array because it will not grow in size, and as and when elements increases, its size will not increase. So that's why you need to create one array list. Okay, fine. So one array list you have created, then from where to where? It should go from this one. So it should start from index 1 and it should run up to index 3. So 1, 2, 3, that means it should come up to this thing. And you need to take all these elements 1, 3, 4, take all these elements and insert them into an array list. So once you have inserted into an array list, then you will be getting one array list. Okay, so now observe one thing, guys. If it is a type 1, then you need to find out the maximum product of two integers. So tell me one thing. Okay, so tell me one thing here. If it is 1, 3 and 4, so what they have told is find out 1 and 3 and compare it with 1 and 4 and 3 and 4. So whatever is maximum, you need to return that maximum. But I know that whenever the array contains bigger elements, the always whatever product I am getting will be the multiplication of two bigger elements. In the sense, what I want to tell is just sort this array in descending order. That means bigger elements will be at the beginning and smaller elements will be at the end. And simply what you need to do is, as you know that I need to return the product of two integers, so just take first and second elements and find the product. 4 into 3, it will be 12, right? So just return that. You don't need to write a for loop to iterate through all the possible combinations. So like 1 into 3 is one combination, 1 into 4 is another combination, after that 3 into 4 is another combination. If there is another one element, then you will be getting another 10 combinations. So don't do all those things, just sort the array in descending order, so that whatever two bigger elements will be there, they will be at the beginning. So take first element, multiply it with the second element, you will be getting the maximum product of two integers. So this is very important, guys. You need to understand this. Okay, so once you have done this one, if it is type 1, then you need to follow this thing. Else if it is of type 2, then you need to return the maximum product of three integers. Do same thing, reverse it in the descending order, in the sense sort it in the descending order and find out the product of three integers. So if you are able to write for first query, then just you need to copy paste the same code in the second query's part also. You need to use inside this for loops, we have to use another loop, that is one if, and inside that if, and after that we need to use one else. So this is the whole blueprint, guys. So here we will be having first thing outer for loop and inner for loop. These will be used to iterate through the elements of this query. So it will be first outer loop will be holding the number of rows and this will be holding the number of columns. And after that, this is the array list. We need to create one array list, and after that we have to use one if and else if. So that's it about the logic, guys. I hope you understood this one. Now let me just go to the Eclipse and start writing the code for this one. So but before that, I just want to show you other test cases, whatever they have given, some explanation, blah blah blah, they will be giving. But yes, that is important. Whenever you are writing the actual exam, you have to read all those things in order to completely understand the question. So n represents length of array, q represents number of queries, a represents and given array, then yes. So all those things they will be giving. Okay, so just have a look at these things. I'll just show you. So how they will be actually 6 pages they will give, guys, question. So output format, they will give some constraints, they will give yes, and yeah, after that here is the another test case. After that they will give another test case as well. So I'll be having over here. Okay, so this is the last test case, guys, and here you can see yes. So here 3 elements are there, 1, 4, 6, 2, 3, 5 and 1, 2, 3. So 2, 4, -2, 3 and 7. So q equal to 2, don't worry, q should be equal to 3. So they have not written properly. That represents the number of subqueries 1, 2 and 3. So there are 3 subqueries and they have written 2, but that was a mistake. Fine. So that doesn't make any difference for us, guys, because they have given explanation for 3 subqueries here. So for first one, 21 should be the output. So you can see here, you need not to find 2 into 3, 2 into 7, 3 into 7. So just sort this one, 7 and 3 will be coming, 7 into 3 is 21. Answer given, fine. So if you can see -2, 3, just sort it in the descending order, 3 and -2 will come, 3 into -2, it will be, okay, so fine. Let me just see, the only possible product is 12, that is -2 into -2 into 3. So you need to find out, here it is of case type 2, guys. So you need to consider 3 elements. So 3 into -2 into -2, so that will give it to be 12. After that you can see the subarray of third query is 4 -2. You need to return only 4 into -2, that is -8. So that is the answer, guys. Fine. So now let me just go to the Eclipse and start writing the code. But before that, just note down, guys, that I will be taking the input directly. I'll not take it from the keyboard and all those things, whatever they are given. So I will just take the input as it is. Fine. So I will take the input and after that I will start writing the code. So let me just open this one. It is opening, guys. Just wait for a few seconds. And if you can remember these things, it is fine, guys. But otherwise, I have noted down these things and I will directly write in the coding person. In the Eclipse, I will directly write in the sense. Okay, so just try to remember this data because I will not switch it again and again. It will consume my time. So all those things you can take a screenshot or else you can just remember. Anyhow, I have noted down and I will start writing. So see here, first what I have created, one empty file I have created. After that, import java.util.star. So it will take all the elements, and yes, I need to use collections as well. So that's why I have taken dot star. So that means all the libraries it will import. So let me just start taking the data now. So int n equal to 5, that is the last case, whatever test case we have seen, that I am executing, and int q equal to 3, number of queries. After that, one integer type of array whose name I will take it as array1. Fine. Okay, so the elements are 2, 4, after that -2, and after that again -2, and 3 and 7. So these are the elements of the array, guys. Fine. Now I need to take the subquery array, that is basically a two-dimensional array, and I will take it as a two-dimensional array means I will take it as 2 square braces and I will give name as array2. Fine. So I will start entering the elements of this one. So it is a array of arrays. So there are totally 3 elements. So I will create 3 subarrays here. So these are the 3 subarrays which will be holding the subqueries. So for first subarray, the elements are 1, 4, 6. After that, for second subarray, the elements are 2, 3, 5. So that's why I said just note down those values because I will be taking directly here. 1, 2, 3 are the elements for last subarray, or in the sense subquery, I can say. Fine, guys. So once you have taken these elements, then directly you need to write 2 for loops here. So first for loop is to iterate through the rows. So for int I is equal to 0, and after that I should be less than array2 dot length. So array2 dot length and I plus plus I will write. So this is to iterate through the rows of the subarray, in the sense array2. So it is a two-dimensional array. So 0 means it will consider this subarray. So 1, 4, 6 it will consider. When I is equal to 1, it will consider this one. When I is equal to 2, it will consider this one and come out of the loop whenever it reaches the end. Fine. So this is to iterate through the rows. Now columns means it has to iterate through 1, 4, 6. So for that I need to write another for loop, and which I will just take it as int j equal to 0. And yes, it is starting from 0. It will be starting from this element and ending at this 6. It is starting from 2 and ending at 5. Starting from 1 and ending at 3. So what I can write is j should be less than array2 of I. I means first row it is pointing means it will come from 1 to 6. So array2 of I dot length I have to write, and after that j plus plus I need to write. Okay, so but I'm not sure how many elements will be there, but in this case it is actually, guys, only 3 elements will be there. But yes, you can take it as j should be less than or equal, less than 3 also you can take, but no problem. But I want to make it as dynamic, so that's why I'm not taking 3. So instead of this, if you take 3, then also there is no problem, because I know that in each sub array there are only 3 elements. But fine, I will not go with that one. I will make it as a array2 of I. So this means actually, guys, how many elements are there in this first sub array, it will calculate. 3 elements are there, so it will replace array2 of I dot length means 3. So that I am taking from the computer itself. So it's a kind of dynamic, yes, fine. Now after this what I will do, I will check first condition. If the first element inside this sub array, if it is equal to 1, then I need to return the maximum product of only 2 integers, right? So that I will check here. So how I can check? Just what is the element here you need to find out. So what you can write is if array2 of I comma j, that means initially they are pointing to 0 if they are equal to 1. So it is of type 1 and I need to find out the maximum product of first integers. And for this I will be writing one else as well. So else if array 2 of I comma j is equal to 2. So this is for the second condition, guys. Fine, one if and one else if I have written, because there are two conditions. One is 1 and another one is equal to 2. So it is of first type, it is of second type. Now I have to do the same implementation inside this one. So whatever I will writing here, the same thing I will be writing here. But while returning, I will be returning product of 3 integers in this else if loop, and here inside if I will be returning the product of 2 integers. So let me just write, guys, how I can write. So as I have told, we need to create an array list. So how I can create an array list? It's very simple, guys. Array list you have to write, and whatever integers, I am storing integers, but note that you cannot write int here because it's kind of primitive and collection does not support primitive data types. So I need to write the wrapper class, and wrapper class is integer. So integer I will write. Fine. So I will give some name for this one. Let me just give it as array3. It's actually array list, but anyhow I will write it as array3 because it will be flow array1, array2 and array3. So array3 is of type array list. Fine. So now I will write array list, and here also optionally I can mention it as integer, and here open close parenthesis and semicolon. So if you write like this, then I have created one array list of type integers. So it will be storing integer values and whose name is array3. Fine. You have created one array list. So now the main thing is I need to extract the sub array from this one, that is starting from fourth index value and ending at 6th index value. So let me just mark them once again so that you can understand. See here, guys, the indexing is basically whatever they told is 1, 2, 3. Understand this properly, guys. I am writing with mouse, so that's why I am not able to write properly. Sorry for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, then 6. Okay, so this is the indexing which they have told. But whatever JVM follows is basically it will mark it as 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. So here you can see that whatever conditions there, if they gave 4 to 6, that means I have to take from this 4 and I have to take up to this 6. But actually you need to take from 3 to 5 because our number, whatever the Java takes is 1 less than the index, because index is starting from 0. So only intention is if they are giving like 4 to 6 you need to take, then take 4 minus 1 to 6 minus 1, so that it will take from 3 to 5. So that you need to take care whenever you are writing the code, guys. So let me just write. I will explain you right here. Okay, so I need to write one for loop, right? So I will write one for which is starting from ij I have used. Now I will use k which is equal to, I need to access this element, that is 0th row and second element. So what I will write, array2 of 0th row, and it is 0, 0 and it is 0, 1. So how I can write it as 0, 1? J is basically 0. Now I will write plus 1. So I comma j plus 1. If I do, it will point to the 4. But I don't want to start from 4. I want to start from 3 because my numbering is different. In the sense, JVM different numbering. So I have to remove minus 1. So if they are saying 4, then 4 minus 1. Start from 3. After that, k up to where it should go? K should be less than array2 of last element. So you need to point to the next element. So then I just need to change it as, in fact I can write like this. I just copy this thing, whatever they have given. I just written this one. Now I will paste it here. So j plus 1 is there. I want to point to the next element, that is for 6. So I will go with it as j plus 2. I will make it as j plus 2. And yes, as I have used here k less than, I need not to do any subtraction, because anyhow it will, if I mention it as 6, then it will go to up to 5 only, because it is less than whatever number is there. Fine, that is taken care. Now after that I need to write k plus plus. So this is for loop, guys, to extract the array elements from the array 1. So this is very important. Please understand it carefully. If you didn't understand, just go to, just take the video back and again play that one. So I have explained neatly. Now I need to take each and element from this one and I need to insert it to the array 3. So that is very simple, guys. Array 3 dot add method I have to use. Add, if you write, and you can see add, and it will ask for what I need to add. Then you need to mention that whatever the element is at array 1 of index k, that means starting from k I need to insert the elements up to whenever it is satisfying. So in the sense 4 to 6 means I need to insert -2, 3 and 7. So these elements will be inserted into array 3. And note that this is the local array, guys. So this is basically having the scope inside this if only. So it is starting from this if and it is ending its life up to this element. So the array list, whatever the array 3 is there, its scope will be only inside these two braces. So that is very important. You should not be like, I will take this and I will initialize here, because it will become member variable and it will create problems. So you should define the array inside this if itself. And the same thing I will be doing in the next block as well. So after that, I have now got the array, guys. So array 3 contains the elements of the subarray. So once you got the subarray, so what you need to do is basically find out like subarray, whatever you will be getting is basically here. So from 4 to 6 I need to take. So from 4 to 6 means -2 will be there, and after that 3 will be there and 7 will be there. So now I have got the subarray and this is basically present in where? So this is the content of array 3 right now. Okay, so now I need to write it as 3, 7 and -2. I need to make it in a descending order so that I can find out the product of these two things and return. Fine. So how I can do that one? I need to use one collections built-in method, that is reverse sorting of a list. So what I can do is basically right here. So collection, in fact collections, you have to write collections dot, and you can see sort, collections dot sort, and whatever element you want to sort you need to mention here. I want to sort array 3. Okay, so array 3 I want to sort. Only this much if you write, guys, it will sort it in the ascending order, in the sense lower to higher, but I want higher to lower. So you need to pass another, write comma here. Once you write comma, after that again write here collections. Okay, so after that again write dot reverse order. So you can see the suggestion, right? So if you are using Eclipse, then you will be getting a lot of suggestions. So here, see here, guys, just observe this one, whatever I have written. Okay, so array 3, I want to reversely sort the array 3. So after that array 3 I have to write, after that collections dot reverse order you have to write. So once you have written this much, then it will be giving me this array 7, 3 and -2. Now I need to return the product of first two elements. So that is very simple. I will write sys out, that is system.out.println, and inside this I want to find out array 3 dot get. So you need to use get method and you need to mention the index. So first element will be at 0th index. So take the 0th index element and after that multiply it with the first index element, that is first two elements it will be taking. So let me copy paste this one and after that I will make it as 1. So 0th element means first element, that is 3, and 1 means second element, that is 7 and 3. So 7 3s are 21, it will return, guys. Fine. So once you are done with these things, then you need to break this loop here itself, because I don't want to again increment the j and do all those things. So you need to write one thing, that is break. So this is very important, guys. Fine, you need to write a break here. Once you have written this much, then you will be getting the highest element. Fine. So whatever product, but this is for first condition, whenever the first initial element in the subquery is 1. But what if it is a 0? So let me just remove this marker. What if it is equal to 2? So I need to write something here, but believe me, guys, I need to write the same thing. Just copy this line. I want to copy this line over here. Yes, I have created an array 3, which is basically a local variable whose limit will be within these two parentheses. Fine. So once I have created this one, again I need to use the same for loop. I'll just copy this for here, and here I will write enter and paste, open close parenthesis. Fine. Inside this parenthesis I need to again add this one. So I will take the same line, paste it here. Okay, fine. After that, I want to make it in the reverse order. Copy this line, whatever I said in the beginning itself, right? So we'll be writing for one condition, that will be copy pasted to another condition. So after that, whenever I'm printing, I'll just print another element as well. So I'll copy this one also and I'll paste it here. So 0 1. After that, you need to copy another one, that is second one also, because it has to be return product of 3 elements. I will paste it here, and instead of 1 I have to write 2. So this will basically take first, second and third elements and it will return. So after that, as usual, you need to return break. Fine guys. So once you are done with this thing, and now I think you should be getting the output. Let me just see. Okay, so let me just save this one and run this one, and boom, you can see the output is coming over here. 21, 12 and -8 is the expected output. You can cross check over here guys. So for this one, you can see 21 is the answer for the first query, then 12 is the answer for second query, and -8 is the answer for third query. So 21, 12 and -8. But yes, I will cross check with the another condition which they have given in the beginning itself. So let me just go to that query guys. Fine, where is it? Yes, it is here. Okay, fine. So let me just see this one. What is this? N is equal to 5 and Q is equal to 2. So let me just change it over here, or else I will just comment these things and I will write another condition. So int n is equal to 5. Fine. After that, int q is equal to 2. Fine. After that, what I'm having, array 1, which is 1, 3, 4, -2 and 5. So I will take an array. Okay. So integer type array whose name will be array 1, and it contains elements like 1, 3. What is that? 1, 3, 4, -2, 5. 1, 3, 4. After that, -2 and 5. These are the elements of array A. After that, I need to take one 2-dimensional array as well. So I will define it as array 2, and it will be having some elements. Let me see those. 2 subqueries are there, so I will initialize 2 subqueries over here. Okay, so fine. The elements of first subquery are 1, 1, 3. So 1, 1, 3. So these are the first subquery elements. So after that, second subquery elements 2, 3, 5. Next 2, 3 and 5. So this is it guys, and I will terminate this one. So if I save and run this one, you can see 12 and -40 is the answer for this one, and you can just cross check here. So 12 is the answer to the first query and -40 is the answer for the second query. So this is completely matching with the output whatever they are expecting. So like this, you can solve the question easily guys, if you know proper methods, if you know proper logic. So this is very simple if you know the methods. So here I'm not writing explicitly, I'm writing with the help of reversing. I have done with the help of one line because I know the direct method. So you should be aware of these methods, and if you don't know, you will come to understand whenever you start writing the program, and you can just Google it out if you are not able to write it properly. If you are not unable to get the syntax right, that is completely fine. But whenever you are writing, you will not be able to Google it. But yes, if you do enough practice, then you can write it easily. That is not a big deal for you or for anyone who has got good practice. Okay, so that's it. That's it guys. I think yes, already 33 minutes over, and yes, this is about the problem, and I have already solved another problem guys, which was asked in the same exam. Let me just zoom out and I'll show you. Okay, so you can see here, in previous session I have solved this one. Where it is starting over here, and in the same company, Apsian, whatever is there, Apsian Technologies. I don't know what is this company about, but yes, it was a hacker problem, and I have solved this one. So school renovation, something like that, it was the question, and it is also the same type of question guys, where they have given 3 conditions. Here only 2 conditions, but here they have given 3 conditions. If you can just read, see here. School renovation. Alice and Bob want to renovate an old school in his city. There are n classrooms in a school, and ith classroom have a capacity of I students. Bob is a builder and follows the instructions of Alice. Alice gives key instructions of the following types. So 1L, move L classrooms left. 2R means move R classrooms right. The same thing guys, you need to use if, else if and else if. 3 conditions, that's it. And after that 3xy, but here you need to make the changes in the first array itself, but you need not to use array list and all those things here. So 3xy, remove the next classroom and add two new classrooms of the capacity x and y respectively to the right of the current classroom. After performing, we need to return the final classroom capacity. So this is how it will be the input and output. So this code actually I have solved, guys, and it is in this file, I think. Yes, so this is the code and I have explained it pretty well in my last video. So if you want to watch that one, that is also available. You can just see it in the description, guys. So yes, I just wanted to tell you that these, if you are seeing this question, then I recommend you to see that question as well, because they are of same type. Okay, so in same session they are asked, see, the input output conditions are like this: n is equal to 5, q is equal to 2, same array, in same subqueries they are giving, but the only difference is that, and class number, position they will be giving. So if it is 2, then you have to move right. If it is first element is 1, move left, and if the first element is 3, then move to the, from current class you need to remove one second class, and after that, yes, you can just take more information about that one. And completely 30-minute question, 30-minute video I have already made, guys. You just check it out in the description, you will get it. Fine. So that's it in this video, guys. I hope you like this one, and please leave a thumb if you really like the video, if you like the explanation, and that's what I can ask. And yes, that's it. See you in the next one. Stay tuned, subscribe, all those things, please.